Have you seen the Sydney Sweeney ad, Senator? And if so, what did you think about it?
Yes, I saw the ad. And okay, the young woman does have big, beautiful breasts. But let's not lose sight of what's important. We are the party of ugly, fat people. We can't just allow these Republicans to put a beautiful white young woman with perfectly round titties in their ads, because people will like that shit. We need to keep putting fat, ugly bitches in our ads, you know? Stay woke.
Have you seen...
Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to... Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. I know you're trying to tell me I'm muted, but I'm not. I double-checked. So we're good. But good to see all of you here. And a super chat came in that I think perfectly describes the average fan of CobraCast. Vlad says, watching Jeremy is a waste of my time, and I love it. I have never seen a better representation of a CobraCast fan. That's it right there. And everybody's going to agree. There's not one person they're like, I disagree. Nobody's going to disagree with this. No one. But yeah. We got a lot going. Man, today has been wild. There is so much news, so much going on, and glad to see all of you here. There's a lot of people already here, so thank you so much for being here. We got have a rad summer for 10, says lifelong Nintendo fan here. I've got my day one launch system since the GameCube, including Wii U. And my dissatisfaction is with ownership of games and proprietary accessory gatekeeping. Hail the 199. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with either one of those takes. I mean, proprietary accessories are annoying as hell. Apple finally learned that lesson. And then with ownership of games, I mean, ultimately, that's not a Nintendo issue. That's an industry issue. And so there's literally nowhere to turn. So if your dissatisfaction with lack of ownership in games is a Nintendo issue, then you're not paying attention, because it's not a Nintendo issue. It is a widespread industry issue because you don't own anything. I love how people say, "Oh, I can't believe what Nintendo's doing with virtual game cards. I'm going to Steam." You don't own that either. You don't own anything, basically, at this point in time. And that's an industry problem. So, but yeah, I get it. You know, Nintendo, there's listen, man, I'm old school, man. I simply want my video game companies to make video games for me. That's really all I'm looking for. Just make video games. Whatever else is happening really is not my business. Just make video games that I like and leave political bullshit out of them. And I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty simple when it comes to my video games. Make games that I like and leave politics out of it. All the other stuff, whatever. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, guess what? Nintendo was a shitty company then, and they're a shitty company now. Because all massive companies are shitty. That's just the bottom line. So when people are crying to me going, "I can't believe you support Nintendo with their business practices," what company should I fucking support? What company has good business practices? Get the fuck out of here with your virtue signaling bullshit. You're typing from an iPhone telling me how Nintendo hurt your feelings not to support them while you're typing from your shitty iPhone. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care about your whining, typing from a fucking iPhone, telling me how much you hate Nintendo. Oh, you're an Android user? Oh, so you support Google. Get the fuck out of here, man. Good Lord. While I'm supporting my Google phone, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't support Nintendo. Fuck off. So my point being is that I don't like when people tell me how to spend my money, because I don't tell people how to spend their money. I never have. When I didn't like Star Wars movies and Captain Marvel, what was my argument to people that didn't like it? I said, go watch it twice if you don't like me not going to see it. I literally don't care how people spend their money. It's not my business. It's a leftist tactic to determine what other people do with their money. It's a really weird kind of thing where people need you to agree with them, and I just don't subscribe to that bullshit. What I do subscribe to is people like Vlad watching me, knowing it's a waste of their time and loving it. That's what I subscribe to. So thank you, Vlad. Tommy says, let's see, Bar and Chapel on Saudi Squeeze, roast them. Dude. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on with overseas stuff. You got Hamas, I guess, halfway agreeing to Trump's terms, which is, I really don't know what Trump's play is here, because in my opinion, there is no negotiation with Hamas. There's no negotiation. And the fact that Hamas has now come back and said, we kind of accept Trump's terms. And it's like, oh, really? You're going to play that card? You're going to play that card? Okay, we'll see how that goes. Alex McCarthy says, it's called that we do a little trolling. And when I'm in my wheelchair, I'm rolling and trolling Meta PC code 199. Let's freaking go. What is this? Is this Hakeem Jeffries with a $1? Thank you. Eric K says, not muted, but you are gay. Little Jim Salo says, FAFO, Portland PD, bunch of sleaze bags. Yeah, so actually, I want to start out with that story right now. This is a big story today. A person I've, referenced on this channel a lot, independent journalist Nick Sortor. A crazy situation happened in Portland with Antifa. So let's watch this. He was arrested by the Portland Police Department, and this is going to be a big, big problem.
Anti-ICE rioters continuing their siege in Portland, Oregon, an immigration facility there. This was last night. Officials say this has been going on nearly every single night for the last 100 nights. Conservative journalist Nick Sortor was in Portland on Wednesday night and saw things spiraling.
This is America. This is America. This is America.
Yeah, they put those words on their signs too. So classy. Here's what Nick posted on X. Degenerates outside the ICE facility in Portland surround me and promise to F my effing mouth open, whatever that means. I have a feeling it's going to be a long weekend out here. Please send in the guard, President Trump.
I'm so glad that there are people like Nick Sortor that are on the ground exposing these horrible lunatics. These people are disgusting. They are deranged. They're horrible people. And it takes, brave people like him to be out there exposing this.
Well, last night was indeed a long one for Nick Sortor. He says when he returned and began filming, he was surrounded by rioters who pushed him and started throwing punches. He said he tried to disengage and sought refuge near local police, but they arrested him. He and 2 other rioters were charged with disorderly conduct. Let's go to Bill Maluzhin, who is in Portland right now. And look, Bill, I know you caught up with Nick Sortor after his release this morning. What did he tell you?
Yeah, Harris, good afternoon to you. We did talk to Nick pretty much minutes after he was released from jail this morning. So we asked him what went down last night. What he told us is he was out here filming protesters as they were getting maced by federal agents. And he said it was a little embarrassing for the protesters because they were shrieking and crying about having the mace in their eyes. So they didn't like being recorded. So they kind of chased him down the street a little bit, then surrounded him and pushed him down into a flower bed. He says they then punched and assaulted him, and he tried to defend himself. Take a listen.
So they threw multiple punches at me. They broke my camera by hitting that. So I was on the ground at that point. I tried to swing. I missed. I saw the opportunity to get up and get away. And that's when I went over to the police officers, which I thought, maybe they'd help me. But no, instead they threw me in handcuffs. This is going to backfire on them tremendously. It already is. Okay, people knew that something out here stunk and that it was corrupt and that the police they take the side of the violent criminals that are here every single day, assaulting ICE officers, assaulting journalists. And then a reporter comes and, tries to embed deep within the chaos that's going in out here, and he's the one that gets arrested.
And Nick went on to say he got a personal phone call from Attorney General Pam Bondi informing him that DOJ is launching a full investigation into the Portland Police Bureau in relation to his arrest out here last night. But it doesn't stop there. DHS also giving their reaction.
It's sad that we've kind of just accepted how bad Portland is. Like, we just kind of go like, yeah, Portland's screwed, and we've known about it forever. We just kind of whatever. This is in the United States of America. This should not be happening in the United States of America, period. And I think that we've become desensitized to it in left-wing cities, but it should not be happening at all.
To this, announcing that as a result of this arrest, DHS is going to be surging CBP and ICE here to Portland. And the city of Portland was already unhappy with how much ICE was out here in the first place. All of this happening in the context that the National Guard is being deployed out here. They just haven't shown up yet, guys. We'll send it back to you.
He's really fortunate. He wasn't hurt in all of that. When you talk about the property damage that he suffered, and now the feds are looking into it. Bill Maluzhin, great reporting as always. Thank you. Look, Griff, you've been on the story of ICE detention centers being protested, and you've seen some of this. You were in Illinois. Talk to us.
Well, look, let's start with where Bill Maluzhin is. In Oregon, you already have Tina Kotek, the Oregon governor, out there resisting, saying that they want to suit a block for the next.
Yeah, you've got a lesbian, a lesbian governor, which I don't know how that happened. I don't know how like that person was voted into the position of governor. But yeah, you've got a lesbian governor that doesn't give a damn about the governor looks like she should probably just be part of Antifa. She probably is part of Antifa. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Guard from coming in. And you've seen most of the Oregon Democrat leaders resisting ICE's crackdown and federal law enforcement. But yet you look at the scenes of the past 100 nights, it looks like Democrats have chosen, and Oregon's governor, to literally say, we're going to defend our violent rioting. And in this case, assaults on this conservative journalist. It's beyond me how it is that Democrats arrive at that destination. But in Illinois, they got there too. J.B. Pritzker has done little to stop what we're seeing out there. And you know, Harris, I was out there on day one of Operation Midway Blitz, riding along with ICE's Deputy Director, Madison Sheehan. The very first illegal alien criminal we arrested was convicted last year of forcibly assault.
Somebody in the chat just said the godless and childless effing it up for everyone. Couldn't have said it better myself. Like, I mean, if these people actually had, you know, responsibilities and families, you know, they might actually not be on the streets screaming about fake problems that they invented in their own minds. But they don't have any responsibility. They don't have any children to worry about. They're just going to run around and pretend to be victims, because that's what victimization is. You are, listen, every single person in this chat, every single person in life, we can all find something to be angry about. And we can all find something to pretend to be a victim over, because life is not fair. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your background is, who your family is, what your gender is, what your race is. It doesn't matter. If the goal of an individual is to find an issue to get hypersensitive over and then builds this fake narrative in your head that you're a victim, you can do that if you choose to. But you're not a victim. You're just a delusional fat loser. That's essentially what you are. You're no victim at all. You're a delusional fat loser who has no responsibility in life whatsoever. That's who you are. Someone that's not that is St. Louis, who just dropped a proper 199 and says absolutely nothing. And so now we all get to celebrate in the most wonderful way possible with Sydney Sweeney showing up to celebrate with all of us. Drops a proper 199, says nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just the way it should be.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh. Thank you, St. Louis. Appreciate that. Hail to you, brother. We'll continue on with the fat losers with no responsibility. These rioters who claim to be protesters. But I think Laughing Man just said it in the chat that rioters are not protesters. 100%.
Assaulting a child under 13, convicted of it.
I mean, to be clear, protesting is, whether I agree with it or not, which, I mean, generally, I think, like, again, I think there's always a reason to protest for what you believe in and all of that. And peaceful protesting, there is, I mean, we should all encourage peaceful protesting. But what happens is that these people, they try to mask what they're doing as peaceful protesting, and it's not. They are rioters. And then you have the media that wants to sit there and say that they're peaceful protesters. They're not. Yes, exactly. They're paid rioters. That's what they are. 100%. Laughing Hafford for 50 says, hey, man, just wanted to say thank you for the conversation earlier. Sorry if I came off as venting. It just looks like there's no hope for my generation. Trying to stay positive. Got Anime Expo coming up this week at my mall. I'm excited. God bless. Hey, man, it's good talking to you, and we'll follow up some more too, man. But like I said, man, it's all about, like, I'll bring a retail story up really quick, but it's not really a retail story. But what I'll just say is, as a person that worked retail, and if you have worked retail, you'll understand that it makes you hate your life. It makes you despise every day, because every day you wake up, you know that you're going to deal with very, very angry, overweight women that are going into your store and bitching about things that you have no control over. That's essentially what retail is, because they don't have the ability to have any, they don't have any nuance whatsoever. So like the fat woman that wants the cookies for the sale price that happened 2 weeks ago doesn't understand that sale ended 2 weeks ago. So she sees you who have a name tag and she thinks, oh, well, this person must be responsible for every one of the prices in the store. And you're like, ma'am, I'm not responsible, but I'm really sorry. Well, you need to change it. I don't know. I have no power to change this. Point being is that when you work retail, when I worked retail, you have to give yourself something to look forward to, or you will never make it through the week without going crazy. So like for me, I would try to find things that would, okay, today sucks, work sucks, but guess what? I got, college football this weekend that I'm looking forward to, or, I've got the NFL game that's coming on that I'm looking forward to, or I've got a vacation in 6 months, and every day you find that thing that you're looking forward to keep your mind off of the basic stresses that you're going through. And that's what I would have to do when I worked retail. And I think that's what everybody needs to do for whatever they're dealing with. It's like, hey, today sucks, but man, I can't wait for next month when I go to you talked about the Anime Expo. Give yourself something to look forward to. But you'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. And thank you so much, man. Harley Dave, he texted me about this earlier. No tax on super chats. Harley confirmed it. All right. Harley confirmed it. If Harley confirmed it, it's a done deal. No tax on super chats. That's my president, Donald J. Trump. Let's go. Hell yes. Thank you, Harley Dave. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, hey, Jeremy, caught your park hopping live stream last night. I thought for sure you'd be sporting the Marty McFly look tonight. You had serious Alabama barbarian vibes with your long hair. Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter. Happy Jessica. Dude, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the park hop, thank you, John. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the park hop and live stream last night, we had a lot of fun. We were at Halloween Horror Nights, and we had a lot of fun. The stream was great. And I got to say, I looked back and yeah. So I put this like gel in my hair to keep it like under control under my hat. And it legitimately looked like Michael Myers. Like Beardo was right. And trust me, you're not going to hear me say that very often. Okay. But Beardo was right about my hair. So I'm like not doing that anymore. Okay. Not doing that anymore. But I did have the Marty McFly vest. And yeah, it was awesome. We had a good time. We had a great time, actually. It was great. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. MAGA Mike says, you see the Savannah Hernandez clip? I did not, but for respectable reasons, I'm always happy to watch a Savannah Hernandez clip. If you know, you know. But I will look up the Savannah Hernandez clip. But regardless of what the clip is, I can go ahead and tell you we will enjoy watching it one way or the other. Let's continue this really quick.
We went and arrested him without incident, and we took him to Broadview. In the days after those first couple of days, they had to beef up the security because the protests keep coming out. And what really shook me, Harris, that is a cause for alarm across all partisan lines is just 48 hours after we saw that attack on the Dallas ICE facility, we saw this crowd in Broadway, Illinois, chanting, shoot ICE, kill ICE. It's got to be, where are the Democrat leaders demanding, not calling, demanding that the rhetoric pipe down and a cooperative federal and local law enforcement effort to tap down these riots from Oregon to Illinois and everywhere else?
Look, I said it with Nick Sordor just moments ago, blessed that nothing happened to him. I mean, there's a reason why state police and local police are joining the...
Is this the one you're talking about right here? So the exact moment I lost all patience with Antifa and the peaceful protesters who have been terrorizing Americans outside of the Portland ICE facility.
Ugly bitch. Okay, so these women are very upset because ICE is not coming to protect them after they've been screaming at ICE. And I was asking her, hey, like, why do you want ICE to come and help you if you hate them so much. And now she's insulting me and telling me that I'm fat.
Really should just stop eating sugar. You should really stop eating sugar.
For sure. You should probably get off of your SSRIs because you're kind of crazy, girl. Anyway, so we are currently in front of the Portland ICE facility. We got this woman over here screaming at ICE agents in Spanish. I wasn't sure what she was saying. You got this guy over here who's like straight up mentally ill. I don't know what's going on up there. We got the ICE agents up here. You have these women right here. They hate the ICE agents. They're so angry with them. But then as soon as somebody from the right wing comes and makes them mad, they immediately say, please help us. Please come around.
That's just like the all cops or what is it? All cops are bastards or whatever. All cops are bad, whatever their little saying is. And as soon as they say that you need to defund the police until they need help from the police, and then they start crying for the police. It's absolutely insane.
Ask these people, and they're asking the police for help. It's insane.
Job, babe.
What's their job? What's their job?
Arresting people who are assaulting people on public property.
Like you guys?
Oh, who am I assaulting? Who am I talking to assault? You see me touch anyone, bitch? You see me touch anyone, bitch? What do you got me assaulting people? I'm standing here and I can catch your breath. What is going on?
Well, you're wearing a mask, so that's probably your breath, actually.
Oh no, bro, you just got destroyed. Oh no.
What do you got me assaulting people? I'm standing here and I can catch your breath. What is going on?
Well, you're wearing a mask, so that's probably your breath, actually.
Oh my God.
Silencing journalists. They have been attacking ICE facility members out here, and they have been screaming at women just like myself. These people are so unhinged and ridiculous. And they have been doing everything in their power to foment chaos and lawlessness. And now they're here harassing me. Oh my God! Good Lord! Oh my Portland, Oregon. Shame on all of you.
Shame on you for
These are the
touching
people
kids.
that are out here basically calling for violence against half the nation, stating that people like myself deserve to die. So there you guys go. Who are you? Why are you wearing a helmet in the middle of the damn night, wreaking havoc on the street? You look
Why are they
ridiculous.
wearing a helmet and ballistic?
Sav is awesome. So if you guys are not, that's her account right there. She's great. Yeah, man, that's insane. These people are nuts, man. It's crazy. And dude, like, all while this is going on, we do have the GOAT as our commander in chief. And while all this is going on, do you want to know what President Trump is tweeting out? This is what President Trump is tweeting out from the official Donald J. Trump Twitter account with 100 and something million followers. This is what Trump is tweeting out.
Hola, mi fellow Americanos, y bienvenidos al cierre de Schumer. That means welcome to the Schumer shutdown. We call it the Schumer siesta, right? It's the Schumer siesta. He put the government on siesta, crying Chuck. And El Hakimo Jefe Jeffries, we used to call him Dollar Store Obama, till we realized he's worth far less than $1. But they put the government on siesta to give illegal aliens your health care. We're not going to let it happen. I looked at both of them. I said, we're not going to let it happen. It's no bueno. I said, it's no bueno. They begged me. They said, but senor, por favor, please give illegal aliens the health care. I said, we're not going to do it. We're never going to do it. It's not going to happen. And they're also very upset about our big, beautiful sombreros. You look at them. These are the greatest sombreros the world has ever seen. We really have the best sombreros, and everybody wants one except Crying Chuck and El Hakimo Jefe Jeffries. They don't want one, but they're going to wear one when all is said and done. We're going to end the siesta. We're going to reopen the government, and we will not give in to the demands of Chuck and El Jefe. We're not going to do that. Thank you. God bless you. Dio lo bendiga, and God bless America. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
This is what Trump tweeted out. What's this guy's name? Sean? Is his name Sean something? I don't know if he's in the comments here. Let's see. There's Elon responding. It's Sean something. Starts on an F, maybe Ferris, something like that. Oh my God! What?
Elegamente. To my amigos Latinos that came into El America Elegamente, comprende que es time to go back to your casita, por favor. President Trumpo is not bocito. This is mucho serious. If you don't self-deporto and go back to your casita soon, El ICE is going to breako into your casa and arresto you and all your illegal alien amigos. So, por favor, listen to President Trumpo and self-deporto. Ahora. If you self-deporto, President Trumpo might give you el chance to come back illegally. Anyway, muchas gracias y adios, amigos.
It's a never-ending gold mine. And I saw Autism Capital tweeted this out. Listen, I have no connection with the Trump administration, but I obviously have some friends that do. I'm going to need Benny Johnson and a few others that has the administration's ear. I'm about to show you the way that you win every election for the next 50 years. Are you ready? This is how you win every election for the next 50 years. If J.D. Vance doesn't dress up as his own meme for Halloween, it will be one of the biggest missed opportunities of the generation. White House, make it happen. J.D. Vance for Halloween has to dress up like fat J.D. Vance. We will win the next 5 million elections if this happens. This has to happen. This would be the greatest thing that has ever happened. Someone, anyone, please. Benny, come on. Benny Johnson, like, make it happen. This would be beautiful. It really would. My goodness, it would be amazing. Really quick on that note, today I was watching this, paying attention. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him, he was sentenced today to about 4 years in federal prison. Now, I want to remind all of you who this person is, in case you have forgotten. Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Combs. This is what Sean Combs had to say about President Trump a few years ago.
If this man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war.
Oh, just wait.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
White men like Trump need to be banished. Let me hear you say that one more time, P. Diddy.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. Mm-hmm. When you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love to pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable.
So there you have it. So today, he was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. I believe he's also going to get time served. So he's been in for like 11 or 12 months. So he's going to end, I think when it's all said and done, he's going to end up getting a year and a half, probably, which is bullshit. But let's hear what CNN has to say.
Now imposed a sentence. Here it is. After all the many months of trial and the years of waiting to see what would happen, Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced to 50 months in prison. That is 50 months in prison. Far less than the 11 years requested, far more than the 14 months. He will not walk out of the door behind me in the courtroom today. He will not be a free man for 50 months. The judge says, which is a little shy of 4.25 years. This is a serious sentence that reflects the gravity of your crimes and conducts. He also said this is a hard time away from your family, but also notes that Combs will have a life after prison, after 50 months. This is demonstrating to the court the gravity of the crimes and the conduct, Casey. Here you have it, 50 months for the two charges, transportation for the purpose of prostitution, the Mann Act violations. They tried very hard as the defense today, Casey, to suggest that would be a high sentence given the fact that they say, the defense says, he did not financially benefit and profit from these so-called prostitution acts. The judge rejecting that, rejecting it almost out of hand, sentencing the music mogul, convicted in July by a jury of his peers, to 50 months in prison.
You know, it's interesting. The white privilege crowd suddenly is pretty silent about this sentencing that is obviously, like completely ridiculous. That, I mean, he's basically going to serve like 2 years when it's all said and done. That's what it's going to come down to. It's basically like 2 years. And but hey, I guess white privilege is a thing, though. Okay, that makes sense. St. Louis for another proper 199. Says, hail to the chat, hail to D-Day Cobra, hail Friday Night Tights, hail to, of course, the 199. Let's freaking go. Okay, you know what? I'll give you guys. I've been kind of teasing a date that something's going to happen. October 17th. We are locked in. All right. We got something happening on October 17th. It's going to happen on Friday Night Tights. It's directly connected to Geeks and Gamers. October 17th. Okay. That's all I'm going to give you right now. I've been given the green light to say it all, but I want to see how I'm going to present this, but I'm excited. So 2 weeks from today. No, it will not be Beardo on F&T. That's not worth teasing right there. So, but we're working really hard on this. We put a lot of money into this, a lot of resources, a lot of time, and I'm excited. So I'll give you guys more deets on that soon. So good stuff indeed. Thank you, St. Louis. Hail to you, brother. Laughing Haffron says, messed up my other super chat. It's coming up November 8th, so a while away. I got Battlefield to look forward to, so I'm excited for that. Also, I'm trying to gain weight for next year when I decide to join the kickboxing tournament. Gonna wear your hat as well. Let's freaking go, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Laughing Haffron says, also starting a carnivore diet so I can gain weight for it. So that's going to be a struggle because I do not like a lot of meat. God bless you guys. Stay safe. Going to start grinding now. Well, thank you, brother. Again, man, I'll hit you back up, man. We'll talk some more. You just got to keep your mind focused on, what's ahead. You can't change what's in the past. You can only, move forward into the future. That's the best way to approach it and give yourself something to look forward to, man. The horror host says, did you see that Oktoberfest got canceled on Wednesday due to a bomb threat? I didn't see that. There's been so much news that some stuff is just slipping through the cracks. Jose Taco says that you're up like 20 switches to buy a giveaway win. No. That, and I kind of quickly moved away from my F-bomb rule, didn't I? I mean, I did okay for a couple of streams, but this is me. What do you want me to do? Green says, get it right, you fig. It's iPhone 17 Pro Max. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Happy Jessica, hail the 199. Hey, to be clear, and my point about bringing iPhone up is the same thing like when people that hate Nintendo, they're like, I can't believe you're supporting Nintendo. It's like, I hate iPhone. I hate Apple. I despise Apple. But Apple is the most successful, tech company. So it's like, whatever, man. People like iPhones. I don't. I'm not going to shame you because I'll shame my friends because that's what we do. But like, I hate Apple, but I'm not going to judge somebody because they have an iPhone or whatever. I think Apple is a dog shit product. I think iPhones are dog shit. I can't stand any of it, but people like it. So whatever. It's not my business. Lord Bothus says, Jeremy is a Nintendo fanboy 100%, but I pay $30 a month to a company that raised price twice for an inferior console in 1 year. So who's more of a fool? I hear you on that, brother. Stark Manning says, for 10 says, how does the small government party cheer on troops in American streets, suppression of free speech, and ICE literally ripping kids from their bedrooms at night and throwing 80-year-old biz owner down? I don't really understand like what point you're trying to make here. So how does the small government party cheer on troops in American streets, suppression of free speech, and ICE literally ripping kids from their bedrooms at night and throwing 80-year-old business owners down? I mean, very loudly, you know? I mean, I guess like we can cheer louder if that upsets you. Here's what I would say, okay? Here's what I would say. If you want me to take your point seriously, you need to send a minimum of $100. And then I will take it more seriously. But I can't for $10. I can't. That's just the rule. I didn't make up the rule, but that's the rule. If you send me $100, I might cry a tear for you. Okay? He also says, Fox News intentionally missing the point of every protest ever. State TV, bruh. That's only $5, though. Again, $100, I'll take you seriously. Outside of that, I can't care. I wish I could. I do. I wish I could care. But the rule is $100, and I might care a little bit. Probably not, though. Probably not. Laughing Man says, Jeremy never cries for my super chats. Charlie D'Angelo says, what's not being said is not all Antifa is in Portland, not all Antifa in Portland are the kids of city leaders, and that's why police aren't arresting them. And several city leaders are in black bloc as well. See, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Again, Portland has kind of been out of sight, out of mind for me, which is not a good policy to have. I mean, it's still in the United States of America. Magatron says, when I saw that picture of Triple H, Stephanie, and Linda with Trump in the Oval Office, all I could think about was that everyone in that picture took a stunner from Stone Cold. Hell yes. Let's go. Kremlin with 5, get the memberships. Thank you. Gold Standard says, RIP Jane Goodall. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah, super, super sad. RIP for sure. Quagmire says, you got too many people watching and getting to your ego. You're just an idiot with a microphone. Never forget. P.S. You're the best. This is an amazing member message. Thank you. I am an idiot with a microphone. 1000%. It's never going to change. Thank you so much. Kyle Phantom for 50 says, Trump needs to send the National Guard to Portland. I live in Oregon, and I hope it gets better here. Also, Jeremy on Locals, any plans to watch the OG 6 Star Wars movies? I believe there is. I am trying to let Beardo kind of determine what the schedule is and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, let him know. Or I don't know if he's talked about that or not, but I would like to do that for sure. Christian Rocker says, you F-bombed about 50 times. Cough up the gifties. You know what? Why not? I'm just going to take the one hit for all of my broken rules really quick. I am lifting the F-bomb rule because I can no longer stand by that one. I'm going to try to dial it back, but I look, man, it is what it is. So, but here we go. Boom. Since Laughing Man won't do it, I guess I got to do it. So there you have it. All right. There you have it. Boom. Now, leave me alone. All right, Ministry of Wrong Things says they weren't even after him. They were after his camera footage. That's you're talking about Nick Sortor. Absolutely. Okay, so there is plenty more to talk about. Now we're talking about P. Diddy. P. Diddy, black privilege, apparently, right? I mean, they call it white privilege, so it looks like P. Diddy has black privilege. Well, I mean, how about this one right here? Man who randomly stabbed a 6-year-old to death, let out of prison after serving just 10 years. Father of the boy vows to kill him if they cross paths. So this guy was let out after 10 years.
held him in my arms. And finally, they took his last breath, looked at me, and closed his eyes, and he was gone.
Ronald Exantis traveled from Indianapolis to Versailles, walked into the Tiptons' home, and attacked the family in their sleep. Logan was killed, and his father and 2 sisters were injured.
He snaps, and just stands up with me sitting on top of him. And he throws me across the room. 10, 15 feet, he throws me across the room and goes after her.
3 years later, in 2018, Exantis was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, but convicted of assaulting other family members. And just this month, October 1st, Exantis was released early from prison for good behavior.
It's infuriating that a 6-year-old was.
Yeah, the volume's a little low. I'm
in
sorry.
bed, and someone literally only did 10 years in prison, and he didn't even do the time for that. He did time for assault charges. It's just infuriating.
But the family says it isn't just anger they're living with. It's fear.
Me and my siblings and even my mom and dad, from here on out, we have the burden of making sure that he doesn't come back.
He told her he was going to kill every one of us. So now I've got to be on extra guard to protect my kids because I will not lose another one. Not like this. I laid in bed. I gave up. I gave up on life. I gave up on my family. I gave up on everybody. I just wanted to die.
Everybody deserves a fighting chance to have justice for them, and it's not.
I've had my talks with God because I'm not afraid to tell you all. I told the court, if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands.
This is an awful story. That's the first time I've watched the entire clip. And yeah, man, it's awful. That is absolutely awful. What a terrible story. And it shouldn't be like having to like specifically talk about like, you know, like certain privilege, this and all of that. It's because the mainstream media has decided to build narratives around race. That's the sad reality of where we are. And until that changes, we're going to continue to have stuff like this. And people are so scared to say things and scared to do things and scared to, you know, make decisions and all of that. It's crazy, man. Like you can't let this mindset, you know, control you. And you got to call it like it is, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't care if you call me a racist. I don't care if you call me a sexist. I don't care. I haven't cared for years. Those words used to mean something until the left decided that they mean absolutely nothing. So it doesn't matter anymore. But there's, you know, I commented on this earlier too. Like, I'm seeing people like completely backpedaling on stuff now because they're fearful of being labeled something. Like I saw this clip from Aiden Ross, who interviewed President Trump back during the and now he's completely backpedaling on it right here. Aiden Ross says he regrets Trump collab, probably won't do streams with politicians in the future. Now that I look back on it, I really wish I never got into politics. I know y'all didn't like that era at all. So many just tie me to it. Listen to this. Listen to this.
I had a call with someone in my team. Can I tell you guys something? Now that I look back on it, I really, really wish I never got into like politics. And I feel like that's a cool thing to like talk about. Obviously, it's like, you know, I just kind of like, I know y'all didn't like that era at all, except for the Trump like stream. Obviously, at the end of the day, it was the president. Like, but like now that I look back at it, it's like, damn, like so many people just tie me to it, and now it's just like, fuck, like no matter what, they don't even get to know who I am because they don't like even want to. Oh, you did the stream with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really, really understand.
Translation, and I commented this. got the clout and money from it, now claims he regrets it. Classic.
Other people's side, and as I'm getting older, I'm just like seeing, like, I just don't think I'll ever care enough again for any other politician ever in the future, just because it's like, at the end of the day, bro, like, humans, we're all humans, you know. And it's just, I had a call with
yeah, and then you've got this is another person that collabed with Trump. Now you got Theo Vaughn, who cried because he was in a meme from the DHS Twitter account because he was featured at the beginning of it. And now Theo Vaughn is making an argument that has nothing to do with what the Trump administration is doing. Like, none. Like, listen to what he says.
My father immigrated here from Nicaragua, right? Like, one of my prized possessions is I have his immigration papers when he came here.
Can we repeat that one more time? Can we repeat that one more time? What did you say you have, Theo Vaughn? Please tell me one more time.
One of my prized possessions is I have his immigration papers when he came.
So you have his immigration papers, meaning he is a legal immigrant of the United States of America. Well, then we're not talking about the same thing, because the Trump administration is going after illegal immigrants. The fuck are we talking about?
Came here. And I have him in a frame, and him and his siblings when they came here. And so I have tons of thoughts about it, but this was just fucked up, right? It was fucked up. And it was everywhere. It was like on.
So he's talking about the Department of Homeland Security did basically a meme compilation of illegal immigrants being arrested by ICE. And it started out with Theo Vaughn, where he's like, heard you got deported, homie. Sorry for you, or something like that. And Theo Vaughn got offended, saying, I didn't give you guys permission to use my likeness or whatever. And so I guess they removed it after he cried about it.
On all platforms and stuff. So that had me really kind of paranoid. You know, that had me start to get kind of paranoid. And
why would you be paranoid? Is it because the Democrats and a bunch of illegal immigrants are violent? Is that why you're paranoid? Interesting.
You know, like closing, like, you know, I had the curtains in my house kind of closed. I was just like, you know, you're paranoid. I woke up the next morning. Sorry, I need some water. I woke up the next morning to a text from a high government official saying, hey, if you need some extra security in your neighborhood or some extra police cars on patrol, let me know. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's, again, I don't know the exact timeline, but Theo Vaughn's tweet got like 200,000 likes on Twitter when he was crying about this, saying that he could be the target of this. Like, it was just a funny joke until he blew it out of proportion.
Extra security. I don't have any, like, you know, I don't even know the code to my Ring camera. Like, I don't even know how to log in. So it's like, and like, what, you're just going to put police cars in my neighborhood? What are my neighbors going to think? Now they're fearful. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. That like real.
Theo Vaughn has significantly more money than I'll ever have in my life. Am I supposed to believe that Theo Vaughn, who's a really big time podcaster, doesn't have security? What? What?
Really kind of shook me. It really kind of shook me. But you keep marching on, you know, and you start getting security, and then now you have security, right? And the thing is, you just don't know. You just don't know. Right? There was a moment on the, like, it was White House, because the White House also put this out.
Bro, anybody who has, like, well, it's not just anyone in the public eye, but it's just like anyone who, especially that has any following whatsoever, it's common sense. You have to take steps. Like, you just do. And thankfully I'm in the state of Florida, but like, you have to take steps. That's just common sense. What was the, it's sad that this story didn't get more traction, but I'm trying to remember. There was this girl back in, I don't know, man. Was it like, I know it was before COVID, She was a young musician. She was like 18 years old. She was in Orlando, Florida. She did a concert, and a crazed fan who was obsessed with her walked up at a meet and greet after her concert. Christina Grimmie, I think, was her name. Am I right about that, chat? Christina Grimmie, was that her name? I think that was her name. And yes, Zero says yeah. This crazed fan who got in his mind that they were like together. He was mega obsessive. He walked right up and just shot her and killed her. It's the craziest story ever. This is the sweetest girl in the world. Sweetest girl in the world. This crazy person just walks up and does it. And so, like, and that's obviously scary. Very scary. I'm nobody, and I'm always, like I told you, I'm a paranoid person, and I always have been. But now I'm even more paranoid. But I take the proper precautions. All you can do is take the proper precautions. That's all you can do. And at the end of the day, you got to live your life. But my point being is that I obviously don't want anything bad to happen to Theo Von. I like Theo Von generally. Like, I'm not a big fan of him, but I've always thought he was funny. He's got, he's a funny, goofy guy. But just seeing how he's like turned into like, oh, I'm upset over memes. And it's just like, why? I'm worried they're going to come after me and hurt me. Who? Oh, you mean the people? Oh, you mean the people that that President Trump is trying to get out of the country? Yeah, those? Yeah. So anyway, it's just annoying. He interviewed President Trump. Aiden Ross interviewed President Trump, and now they're like backpedaling because they didn't really care about President Trump. They cared about the clout that they would get by interviewing President Trump. And now it's time to backpedal, I guess. It's really annoying, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, reason why I have firearms and train, teaching my family as well. Thought I was safe in Utah until a few weeks ago. Yeah, man, I hear you on that. It's nobody's safe. And that's the scary situation. It's sad and scary. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, brother. And I encourage everyone to have the same mindset as you. Because you just got to. Where did it go? I saw a 20. McRaddy says, doing some dry fire drills with my new GAT while watching CobraCast. Let's go. Train like your life depends on it, because it might. Get strapped or get clapped. Hail Unit 199. It's you have to, man. You absolutely have to. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. A Money Wilson says, never forget the 3rd of October, FMA. There's D-Day Cobra with 50 gifted memberships. And no, you don't get Luna for my 50. No. Those are the rules. Vault 95 says, put Oregon under a military occupation for 10 years. George Ramirez says, haven't canceled my Netflix sub because Monsters, the Ed Gein series is out and it's insane. Holy crap, you have to watch it. Happy Friday, you gay Chad. I really want to see this Ed Gein series. The trailer looked amazing. I've been traveling so much that I haven't watched anything. So this is me in the picture. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Maga Mike says Antifa Frog was a victim of being a dipshit. Well, I got this from Donut Operator right here. Pepper spraying the air hole is diabolical. That's freaking great right there. And they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. So, video game player. Max Zero Source says, just a thought. You see how the Dems are angry over the sombrero memes. I think they should start the donkey show memes. Oh yeah, I mean they're never going to they're never going to get over it, and it's never going away. The more they cry about it, the more the memes will drop. That's just how it works. I mean, look at some of these right here. Let me see if I can find this one that Okay, so I'm not in the breaking news business, never have been in the breaking news business, but we have some breaking news. We have the first official image of Diddy in court, ladies and gentlemen. We have the first official image. It's a sketch of Diddy in court. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. First official image of Diddy in court. As you can see, he is rocking the sombrero because he also has to be memed because that's how memes work. So there you have it. It's so good. What was this? Hang on. Okay, we got that one. There was, okay, this one. Check this one. All right, look at this shit. All right. Look at this. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's good. Oh, man. Good Lord. I love this timeline. I really, really do. Now we've got this whole situation with ICE agents being at the Super Bowl, and apparently some people are offended over that. So the first things first, we've got Stephen A. Smith complaining about that. All right, let's listen to Stephen A. Smith. ICE agents at the Super Bowl? Really?
I'm starting to notice that let's make noise. If you're the administration, let's make, ever since the Epstein file became a big deal, let's make noise about every damn thing. Is it an evasive tactic? Is it a distractionary measure? I don't know. I don't like talking about it. I ain't about to talk about it. But I don't appreciate reading this story about how the Super Bowl may basically.
Now, somebody in the chat said that, but like I need clarification from all of you. And I'm doing this out of respect because I have not heard Stephen A. Smith specify as a black man. I haven't heard him say it yet. So I don't know if he is or if he isn't. So I don't want to assume. And so until he tells me, I won't know.
Be infiltrated. How the hell are we supposed to? How is America supposed to enjoy the Super Bowl? That's the #1 event in this country. How the hell is America supposed to enjoy the Super Bowl? And we got reports that's going down the pike that's not going to dissipate, by the way. It's only going to build momentum. And we're going to sit over here over the next few months, the NFL no doubt doing the same, worried that the greatest event in American sports right now is threatening to be contaminated.
If illegal immigrants are going to be there, it's already contaminated.
By the Department of Homeland Security, who's going to deploy ICE agents. So anybody that is an American, doesn't look like one, may not have a name that sounds like one, because it's all going to be subjective according to ICE agents, right? You're going to go to the Super Bowl in the state of California, no less, a sanctuary state. And you're going to plan on deploying ICE agents to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
To essentially arrest migrants.
Yes. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? Sounds like a great idea. This is exactly what I voted for, Stephen A. Smith. This is literally what I voted for. You want to talk about, oh, it's so sacred. Oh, the NFL's so sacred. Then why are they putting their end racism bullshit in the end zones? Why are you kneeling for the national anthem if it's so sacred and we can't distract away from the game?
For the purposes of deportation. On Super Bowl Sunday. If not Super Bowl week. This is low. This is freaking low.
What?
It's un-American.
What?
I'll say it. It's un-American.
It's un-American? It's un-American to literally get illegal immigrants out of America? What?
There's a time and a place for everything.
No, there's not. There's literally not a time and a place to get rid of criminals. No, there's not. There is not a time and a place for this.
When Donald Trump is right, I'll say so. When Donald Trump is excoriated for no good reason, I'll say so. But when he's wrong, I'm going to say that too.
Stephen A has had a lot of bad takes. This one might be his worst. Holy crap. I responded to this and I said, right here, I responded and I'm like, deport, get him out. Based JD Vance, get him out. We don't want him. Get him out. Deport. Let's go. Boom. Based JD Vance. Now we have right here, we have who is this? Is this MSNBC?
We told you earlier this week about the NFL's big announcement that Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny is the headliner for this year's Super Bowl halftime show. It's in February. Since that announcement, the reaction from MAGA and the Trump administration has been as predictable as it has been disturbing. Trump loyalist and now a top DHS government official, Corey Lewandowski, is threatening to send ICE agents to the Super Bowl to, quote, find, apprehend, and deport people at the Super Bowl.
That's amazing.
This isn't just an outrageous and wildly disturbing thing to say for someone who is paid by the American taxpayer, but it's also a rather predictable response to what is really an obvious choice in global superstar Bad Bunny to be the headliner at the Super Bowl halftime show. It's exactly why Bad Bunny has already stopped performing in the mainland U.S., with the Super Bowl being the one and only exception he's making. He's concerned that ICE would target his fans outside his concerts. Our next guest writes in the Bulwark what Bad Bunny does next, this time with an audience of 100 million.
I listen. Maybe I'm in my old age, I'm just an out of touch old man, but I know nothing. I've talked about this already. I know nothing about Bad Bunny. I don't know any of his songs. If he walked down the street, I would not recognize him. And apparently he's the biggest musician in the world. I know nothing about this person.
Million plus people watching could be explosive. Adrian Karonsky, I botched that. You're going to have to correct me. Writes this quote. Carrasquillo writes, the MAGA acolytes are right to be worried about one thing. Bad Bunny, who is fresh off a record-breaking 31-show tour in Puerto Rico, does what he wants. Quote, to put it succinctly, there is no other artist like him, which is why I feel confident predicting that come sometime in the evening of Sunday, February 8th, 2026, Donald Trump should get ready for the most high-profile protest of his presidency so far.
You think Donald Trump is worried about Bad Bunny and being protested? Okay.
Whew. That's one heck of a tease. Joining our coverage, writer of The Bulwark, author of The Bulwark's Huddled Masses newsletter. Adrian, correct me, please. Correct me on the air so I never botch it like that again. I am so sorry.
Oh, no problem. Carrasquillo.
Okay, Carrasquillo. Adrian Carrasquillo. If I could start all over, I would, but I want to hear from you instead. I love...
Yeah, is it? Trump is done, everybody. This is it. Trump is done. This will end Trump. They've been wrong every other time, but this one, Trump will be done now. It's over. They finally got him this time. They finally got Trump. Finally got him. Eric Heffelfinger for 20 says left screams about family separation and kidnapping like the cartels and human traffickers brought everyone over on first-class flights and took them where they wanted to go. Exactly. They have such a weird kind of warped view of the real world, it's kind of interesting. Tom C says, newish here. Thank you. Hail the 199, pepper spray the air hole, and God bless y'all. Hey, well, Tom C, welcome. We appreciate it. The chat will give you a warm welcome. After that, they're probably going to roast you in future streams. But, you know, you get a little honeymoon period around here. So when you first show up here, it's like, hey, man, great to have you here. Great to see you. We appreciate you. And then the next stream, they're going to be like, oh, that's just how it is, man. That's how friends talk to each other, though. So that's just how it is. Chrissy for $11.99 says, been watching since The Last Jedi. First time super chat. Jeremy isn't the ugliest person on the internet and has a nice voice when played at 1.5 speed. We need more buff shirtless Trump memes. Give me eye candy. This is the type of compliment that sends a man's confidence to the fucking moon. When all you got to be said is, you're not the ugliest person on the internet. And you're like, bro, I am handsome. Like, it's all you need to hear as a man. Like, let's go. Like, they said I'm not the ugliest, meaning I have a chance. That's how men's minds work right there. So, thank you so much. Mola Rams is what kind of pig calls himself Bad Bunny. I look, man, it's just not, I know nothing about him, so I don't know where it comes from. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, I know I shouldn't say this, but rabbit season. Hail the 199. Hail Mossad whale watchers. Chat lives matter. Mod lives matter. And happiest Jessica. Look at there. John freaking Murdoch. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. I saw a Harley Dave, you commented on something today. Let me see if I can go to your timeline real quick. Harley Dave, it was a meme. And it's the most accurate meme ever. Women just have to understand that this is how it works. Harley, let me go to your replies that showed up on my timeline today. Hopefully you haven't been tweeting a lot so I can find it. Get this right here, if I can find this one. You know what I'm talking about? It's about the girl liking the dude's pic or whatever. Here it is right here. Okay, so Harley commented on this is why I saw it. Ladies, I hate to break it to you, but this is what happens on the internet, okay? A woman liked my post. Now to check her profile to see if I'd bang her. Every time. Every single time. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I love it. I love the internet so much. Taker says the left has no idea why they protest. Example, when Rittenhouse shot the PDF file, people in Portland shouted his name like a martyr. Yeah, I know. They have no idea. Grey Ghost says there may not be a tax on super chats, but there is a gay lurker tax. Grindodrome says, job interview on Monday. Wish me luck. Hey, best of luck, brother. Best of luck. Hopefully you crush it. Go in there with confidence, make eye contact, shake hands, make eye contact, try to limit the ums and ands, and just talk. Basically do everything so watch me on a stream and literally do the exact opposite and you'll be good. So that's the best advice. Watch me on a live stream and go, okay, that guy's retarded. So let me do the exact opposite and you'll be good. But good luck for real. Nandy says Cash got to step up. Need all the info on Kirk. Quagmire says that water show was amazing. On the Park Hoppus stream, it was good. Tommy says you're only live you're only live I take. Hail. I don't know what you're trying to say, but I appreciate it. Patrick Kennedy says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Well said, sir. Grindo says, I got to ask, Chevelle or Deftones? Hell 199. Deftones. Yeah. Marine Rebel says, fuck Portland and fuck the Dems and left. Hail the 199. Hotty toddy and anchor down just the week, though. Hey, let's go. Hey, listen. Bama plays Vandy tomorrow. Okay. I'm nervous, so we'll see. Jesus says, hey, Jeremy, this is Jesus from Orlando, Florida. Thank God I live in Florida and not Portland, Oregon. Home from work. Super chat on the phone, watching on the big screen. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hail from Orlando. That's awesome. A Ministry of Wrong Thing says, you see Dave Chappelle's comments on Charlie Kirk? I did. So essentially, he's over there in Saudi Arabia, and apparently he's going to say some things. So we'll see what happens. Sturgeon says, get ready for 50 Cent trolling him for 50 months. He's already on it. Some dude says, we need MAGA sombreros. The Under Armour Gamer says, October 17th, Jared is going to introduce us to his 5 husbands. Also, did you see the clip of Colbert saying Trump is invading Portland? I didn't see that one. Rona Zero says, Apple is not a tech company. It's a fashion company, and it buys its screens from Samsung. Listen, and I tried to have an iPhone, and I get it. Like, I know people that just love their iPhones. They love the UI and everything, but I was like, get me out of here. I felt like completely disconnected from the world when I had my iPhone because I'm an Android user. So I just did not like it at all. But again, for millions and tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people, they love their Apple products, and I'm not here to hate on it. Bird Up says, I live in the other Portland. Can we have some National Guard too? This city sucks now. Be safe, brother. Spirian says, will you respect me for $5? Spirian, I already respected you. Madney says, Republicans are for limited government, so they're not allowed to do anything, Jeremy. The Happy Plague Doctor says, don't let this distract you from the fact that, let's see, Matacor, the tiger, attacked Roy Horn on Las Vegas stage 22 years ago. That's been 22 years. That's crazy. Wow. Coop says, hey, long-time watcher, first-time listener. I would love live coverage of ICE going nuts on Super Bowl arrest. Get a haircut, hippie. Hail chat. Mod lives matter. I will absolutely be here for that. CG says DHS sends agents to the Super Bowl routinely, along with illegal immigration. Let's see. There's also a counterfeit merchandise and drug trafficking, as well as human sex trafficking agents. There is nothing new. I know that. And like with the Super Bowl, to your point too, like I think they said like the Super Bowl is like one of the I don't remember specifically what they said, but the Super Bowl is like one of the biggest sex trafficking events of the year, or maybe the biggest sex trafficking event of the year because of the sheer amount of people that are in the area when it happens, something to that extent. So the fact that you have more security, more agents on the ground is, of course, that's normal. Of course it's normal. Again, Stephen A, what Stephen A does is Stephen A will lean into MAGA a little bit and he'll get people to talk about him, but he'll quickly pander back to that crowd that's always calling him all these names for, complimenting MAGA. He is the definition of a fence rider. That's what he is. Harley Date for 20. Of all things, I post a reply. That's what you saw. No wonder I have 0 impressions. Happy Jessica. Look, man, that's what I saw. I don't know what to tell you. Take it up with Elon, Harley. At least you got the shout out, right? Eli says, let me ditty you, Jeremy. I'll pass. Jeremy's dad says, have you watched Chad Powers? Pretty funny so far. Well, there's the movie and then there's the Eli thing. So, but I know there's that movie coming out too. Boogie's Twisted Tipples, new member. Thank you. A boy named Blue says, Jeremy, look up Rick Zumwalt. It's an alternate universe beardo. All right, I'll check it out. Philip Johnson says, GD, these lenient judges, they are they are every bit as responsible as the monsters they insist on treating with mercy. There is a special place in hell. Yeah, and by the way, that is one thing I am trying to not say. I'm trying not to say GD anymore. I don't like that's that's not like something that's gonna be a meme. Like I'm actively working to not say that. Take the Lord's name in vain. Don't want to do that. Grand Duke says, remember 199ers, you can only trust yourself with your own safety. Trust no one, especially Beardo. Let's see. Peter says, hail Jeremy, always love the streams and chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eli says, yo, they tried to kill Steven Crowder. What? Something happened with Crowder? No way. I mean, is there something like breaking or what? I don't see anything. Are you just talking about because he had to like put all of the gear on the other day? Yeah, I don't see anything. There's no update. Although, let's see, we got that. Yeah. No, I don't see anything. But prayers up for Steven Crowder out there, putting himself at risk. Nandy with a new member message. Thank you. Spirian says liberals and Democrats never say if they are talking about illegal or legal immigrants. They just lump all them together in the same category, which is what Theo Vaughn did, which pissed me off. Hayden Wayne for 50 says, lurking tonight, Digimon story is occupying my time after the long week at work. 12 hours in and just got to the title card. Also, keep your heads up, chat. We are getting a lot of wins, even when things feel troublesome. Stay vigilant. Thank you, Hayden Wayne. Well said, too. Keep your heads up, chat. We are getting a lot of wins, even if things feel troublesome. 1,000%. 1,000%. Where are we at? Prisoner John Pimpia says, what do you call a cow with one leg? Steak. Nandy with 5 get the memberships. Thank you. Slane Hope says Theo Vaughn is 100% back on the stuff. Is that what it is? Vicky says Vaughn and Ross are bitches and trying to get back within the left tail to 199. Is it Och? I'm not even gonna try to say your name. But it's for 5. Assuming Dems don't course correct, when do you think we will get a third party? I think we had a third party. We already have a third party. It's called MAGA. And it's a third party that actually gets things done. And so MAGA is the third party, and it's essentially taken over the Republican Party. It still hasn't completely taken over the Republican Party, but MAGA essentially was the third party, and it overran the Republican Party. So any other third parties are just wasting people's time, and they want to be part of something so they can claim they're part of something. But MAGA is the new third party, and it destroyed the Republican Party and overran it. Vault 95 says sanctuary state, arrest the whole state legislature. Taker says the left is trying to pretend that ICE just came into existence in January 20th, 2025, and the laws they enforce were not voted on by Dems in Congress. Same Millennial says the Super Bowl is one of the biggest places where this is what I was saying right here. The Super Bowl is one of the biggest places where sex trafficking occurs, so it actually makes a lot of sense that ICE should be there every year. See, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Same Millennial. Fu Man Blue says the best part of that DHS had thought to hit the Super Bowl until Spastic Bunny ran his mouth. God bless America. Vault 95 says JD advanced for outro gaming stream tonight. No gaming stream. So when I said I was on the road, I am, but I was traveling, so I'm still traveling, and I have to get up in the morning. I have about 25 hours of driving over the next couple of days. So Guyver Mecton says, so Jeremy has no grasp of politics. Guyver Mecton, I don't know how long you've been watching, but everybody that watches my show agrees with you, you fucking retard. No one who fucking said that I have grasp of politics. Shut the fuck up. Jeremy doesn't know politics. No shit. The 3,000 people that are watching this know that, motherfucker. What a fucking you thought that was an own? You're going to try to call the retard a retard and think it's an own? Go watch Tim Cast. Go send him a fucking $100 so he can ignore your dumbass. I called your dumbass chat out for free. Go over to Tim Cast, who has knowledge of politics according to you. Send him $100 so he can ignore your dumbass. Retard. Shadow Sansa sounds like a star name. I don't know what the emoji is, though. Grego says, raid Epic Meek after stream. You won't believe what he's wearing now. Oh, my God. What is Meek doing? I'll have to look and see here in a minute. Zandy says, the Super Bowl is the biggest event for human trafficking. ICE should be there to save people from being trafficked. Are Dems pro diddler? Well, I mean, the Dems, you know, what do you think? Bird Up says there's no other artist like him, except there's a million other artists just like Bad Bunny, all coming down the generic junk pop assembly line. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that like he's anything special, but look, man, if it works for people, it works for people. Harley Dave says no one is here for Jeremy's political insights or the quality of his content. I know, like when people come, like, you're not going to insult me by saying the truth. God, these people, man, like I swear. Like, I guess there's streamers that get offended by things like that, but I don't. But yeah, the fact that he thought he was going to come in here and be like, so Jeremy doesn't know politics. And like, yeah. No one ever claimed I did. Retard. What is this one right here? Okay, so I do want to talk about this situation today. So President Trump released a video talking about Gaza. So let's watch this really quick. Or Hamas, I'm sorry. So here we go. The Hamas, Gaza, all this bullshit. Middle East.
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together. Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down and concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented, but thank you all. And thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East. And we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all. And everybody will be treated fairly.
Now, I feel like Trump, I think this is, again, I'm just speculating here. I think this is a strategic video that Trump has uploaded, and the way that he has worded everything and the way that he is approaching this, because Trump knows that Hamas isn't going to accept this. They're just not going to do it. And we've already gotten reports that they're not actually going to accept everything. Listen to this right here.
Now from Fox, and we are following several developing stories. The Associated Press reporting that Hamas says it accepts some elements of President Trump's peace plan, but that others require further negotiation. Now, a big sticking point there was the release of all hostages. And we heard earlier today from President Trump on his Truth Social saying that he had set a deadline, an ultimatum that Hamas had to respond and accept by Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern time, of course, time there in Washington, D.C. I do want to kind of break down all of this here. So let's bring in Joe Truzman over at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much, Joe, for taking the time to be here with us and help to break it all down.
I appreciate you having me.
All right, so what do you make of, first off, the comments from President Trump saying that this ultimatum was in place, there was that deadline set, and then hours later you hear Hamas say, well, we accept some of the details of that ceasefire, but not all of them?
Right. I think President Trump did the right thing. he didn't want to give Hamas too much cushion, all right, to decide whether or not to accept this ceasefire deal that he proposed.
And this is why, like, I always dismiss the people that are always like, "Oh my God, free Palestine," and God, the people that are sitting there on the internet saying that would never step foot over there because they know what would happen. But it's a virtue signal to sit there and run their mouths and say that dumb shit, and they do it all the time.
Right, it was the right move. Nevertheless, Hamas did respond today, thankfully, which was very important. And Hamas accepted some of the what President Trump said, or what was outlined in his ceasefire deal. But it's nothing new. What I mean is releasing the hostages and other points. But the key detail, in my opinion, here, more than anything, is obviously not just the hostages, the release of the hostages, but disarmament, Hamas's disarmament, and they did not answer that in its response today.
And the fact that they think that they can pick and choose like what President Trump said and go, well, we accept this part, but we don't accept that part. And that just tells you everything you need to know about these clowns. It tells you everything you need to know.
Sidestep.
Dude, he did roll his eyes at the releasing the hostages part. I did catch that too.
No answer. So to me, they effectively rejected the ceasefire, to be quite honest with you.
So what happens from here? Because as you said, they've essentially rejected the ceasefire deal by saying, well, we agree to some, we don't agree to others. Does everything kind of go back to the bargaining table, or essentially is that deadline not met? And
I'm very interested to see what is Trump working right now. So this was about 5 hours ago. President Trump demands that Israel stop the bombing of Gaza so they can get the hostages out. This dude is playing on another level. And this is why they all hate him, because he wants peace and he wants people to stop dying. And he's willing to do what others will not do or say. This is all he cares about, is peace. And he is fighting a battle that is, in a lot of ways, it's almost unwinnable. It's the Middle East. That's all they do. They're fighting for 100 years.
See what happens next.
Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, Hamas, what they said today, they've effectively repeated what they've been saying for months now. They've said that they will release all the hostages. They've said that they would transfer power to a technocratic government, for example. So that's not new. Again, they didn't answer the disarmament question. So what's next here? President Trump warned what would happen, right? If Hamas didn't accept the ceasefire deal. And we're already seeing it, to be quite honest with you, right now in Gaza, where the Israelis have.
Try 1,000 years? Well, again, no one accused me and no one what the fuck I'm talking about.
Or have launched an operation, and it's already several weeks in, and that is the takeover of Gaza City, which is very important. So I expect for this operation to take over Gaza City, potentially more areas of the Gaza Strip to be conquered as well by the Israel Defense Forces. Because effectively, again, Hamas has rejected Trump's proposal here. They effectively said in the response today, everything that they've, again, said before that they would do, but sidestep the important questions. Interestingly, they didn't say no in the actual response, but again, it's a rejection, flat out. That's the way I see it.
When you talk,
well, this is going to be an FAFO moment right here, because this is an absolute, like, there's a lot of ways that this is being looked at, but it's a rejection of what President Trump wanted. Now, Trump is working it to his advantage because he's playing chess right now. And, I think Trump is moving pieces around exactly where he wants them.
About Hamas in general, one thing that's important to think about is they are a terrorist organization. So even if they were to accept the terms here before the deadline itself, is there any assurance that they actually hold up their end of the bargain and do what they say they're going to do?
Right. That's it's another issue too, right? How can you trust a terrorist organization? I think this is where it's key to have guarantor.
I saw right here, and this is why you'll feel right at home here. Narco says, I can't fucking spell. Narco, I can't fucking read. So, you know, it's just that's why you're here. So you can't spell and I can't read, brother. So, you know, you belong in the snake pit. So all good.
Wars, all right, in the mediation process for Hamas. For example, Hamas has Qatar, all right.
Who?
So and the
Wait.
Egyptians.
Well, all right. So we already know who this guy is. Okay. So you know where you can tell where someone's opinions on this lies and how they say Qatar.
For example, Hamas has Qatar, all right.
Who? It's Qatar.
So and the Egyptians. So if Egypt and Qatar can guarantee, right, that Hamas will do A, B, and C, then it gives the United States, it gives Israel a little bit more. You can trust the.
I know they say Qatar, but if it's Qatar, then spell it Qatar. Cutter. All right, it's Qatar.
Agreement a little more, okay? But then and conversely, Hamas, the United States does that with Israel, right? If Hamas doesn't trust that Israel will, let's say, withdraw out of the Gaza Strip if there's a ceasefire deal, the United States can say, well, we guarantee that Israel will withdraw from the Gaza Strip. So in that sense, the United States will act as a guarantor. So
this guy's just speculating and all of that. But ultimately, this is I'm interested to see how President Trump plays his hand here. I firmly believe he's got a plan. And I think that they're probably going to walk right into his trap. That would be my speculation. Let's see here. Qatar. Pronouns the shit says Trump's going down. Why? Because Happy Gilmore's caddy. CG says he forgot to say as a black man. Yeah, I forgot I forgot we were even listening to him. Okay, apparently we got a Charlie Kirk memorial just played at the Jason Aldean concert. Let's hear this really quick. Obi. One of the best songs ever made. This is awesome. This is awesome. Of the red, white, and blue. That's awesome. R.I.P. Toby Keith and Charlie Kirk. Man, two patriots, man. Two patriots. That was awesome to see, though. That is an awesome moment right there. Toby Keith is proven to be, like, you know, I think that, well, I mean, in my kind of, like, I think George Strait's the king, you know, of country music. I was a huge Garth Brooks fan, and I still love Garth Brooks' old music. Garth Brooks is a bitch. Like, Garth Brooks has turned out to be such a cuck. It's unbelievable how much of a cuck Garth Brooks has turned out to be. Obviously, you go back Hank Jr., Merle Haggard, all of that. But Toby Keith, I mean, I always liked Toby Keith's music. I've always loved Toby Keith's music, but like Toby turned out to be like, he's a true legend of country music, for sure. Johnny Cash, awesome. Absolutely. Garth Brooks is a serial killer. Who is that? Tom Segura with the whole, with the Garth Brooks is a serial killer bit is so good. It's so good. Oh man. Good stuff. Ladybug says, go to Meek's stream wearing a Barney costume. Good Lord. Hang on. There was now since we're talking about that, there's a clip of Trump talking about George Strait. Hang on. Hang on. Let me see if I can find this clip. Yeah, right here. This is only a month ago. Listen to Trump talking about George Strait. This is amazing.
Class of honorees. I mean, really exceptional. First is country music star, actor, and producer George Strait. Great. Over an extraordinary 4-decade career, George has sold more than 120
Just wait for it. Wait for it.
million records worldwide, amassed 60 #1 hits, wow, and produced 33 platinum certified albums, more than any other living American. That is amazing. He's believed by millions of people to just be as good at it as you can get, and he's beloved by hundreds of millions of people all over the world. He's really something, and they call him the king of country, and we know him very well, George Strait.
Right here.
Okay, please. Oh, it looks nice. You're a good-looking guy. I hope he still looks like that.
What? What does that mean, Trump?
Oh, it looks nice. You're a good-looking guy. I hope he still looks like that.
Oh man, only Trump, dude. Like, what the heck? This dude. Philip Johnson says, I respect you not wanting to take the Lord's name in vain, but I didn't mean it in vain. I was dead serious. And may God forgive me if I'm wrong. No, you're good, brother. You're good. Listen, I've done it a lot. I said that word a lot, but I'm actively trying not to say it. He probably just read Nuck's title on Crowder. He's got to stop with the clickbait. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, I didn't know. I appreciate you saying it. Let's see. I appreciate you for saying you're not taking the Lord's name in vain, Jeremy. I like you a little bit more now. I'm up to 70%. 70%. Okay, not bad. I'll take it. Modalicious. So strange how everyone is upset the military is going back to the same standards that it was enforced in 2011. Jeremy doesn't have the grasp of math and the English language too. This is true. This is true. Thank you for the $4.99. You have a far better grasp of politics than most. Don't go around telling anybody that. You start setting standards and I will mess it up completely. The whole point of CobraCast is to, if you come in here with low expectations, you probably won't be disappointed. But if you even have like mid-level expectations, you're going to be disappointed greatly. All right. Epic Mike is singing Barney songs. I think you need new friends. I think I'm just going to end everything like Geeks and Gamers now. Like there's just no point. There's just none. All right. Jerry, I can't read. Also, Jeremy, it's guitar. Did you mean to say Jerry? Thank you for the 10. If you haven't checked out Gotta Catch 'Em All, Pokemon Ice, it's a parody video that shouldn't be as funny as the AI animator and cover that shouldn't rock as hard as it does, but it manages to do both. Mods, can you guys drop me a link and see if I can in the group chat? I know you put a picture of whatever Mike's doing over there too, so I'll check that out. Thank you for the 20. Mola Ram for 20 says, whatever Garth Brooks is like now, I saw him in Central Park in 97. There were almost 1 million people there. One of the best shows I ever saw. He brought out Don McLean at the end and they did American Pie. I mean, yeah, Garth Brooks sucks now. He is absolutely trash, but Garth Brooks back in the day was just awesome. Like he put on the best live shows. He put on the best concerts. When he was in Ireland, he did that concert in Ireland and that was an amazing show. And so it's not going to change how I feel about his stuff previously because I love his old stuff. But yeah, Garth Brooks has turned out to be just a liberal pussy, dude. But Garth was the biggest star in the world at his peak. Like, absolutely unstoppable at his peak. Delona with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Dougie B says we can't lower the bar any further. It has hit bedrock. Doug watches enough Geeks and Gamers streams, so he knows. He knows. Thank you, Doug. A boy named Blue says, Jeremy, I want to see your reaction to Rick Zumwalt looking like an alternate universe Beardo. Would you do it on stream? Thanks. Hail the 199. Is this like a YouTuber? Like, I guess I'd need to know where I could find him. The Milkman says, look at Meek singing Barney songs and scream like a little Beardo. That's scary. Jester says, forgot to write a message. Turned 50 today. I travel for work and my last 15 birthdays I have spent on the road. Hail the 199. Chat lives matter. Mod lives matter. Well, happy birthday, Chester. Happy birthday indeed. Billy Loomis says, Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Shania Twain destroyed country music. I disagree, but I understand that I understand that point. I do think country music started to fall apart like in the 2010s, 2015s and that, like it just completely lost me. But it did get a little more poppy. Like Garth Brooks definitely transcended country and took it to like this kind of pop mainstream. So I do understand where you're coming from that. But now like country music is terrible now. It's really bad. Florida Georgia line. That's a good starting point right there. Uncle Mike's Theme Park Adventure says, a great meeting you and Jay at Halloween Horror Nights. Hey, man, you guys are inspiration to my YouTube channel. Hey, man, that's awesome. Yes, it was awesome meeting you. Love getting to meet people when we're out there at the theme parks. And, yeah, Halloween Horror Nights was great. Thank you so much, man. Great to meet you as well, brother. Tide Runner Dax says 8 months. Let's see. Obligatory message just to question Bama Boy's croc fetish and also Beardo Fat and always happy Jessica 199. I mean, dude, I'm in Florida. What do you want? Okay. We wear Crocs. That's what we do. I uploaded a picture last night of Halloween Horror Nights and everybody's saying, you're not wearing Crocs. I think you're not wearing Crocs. And then people didn't understand what I was wearing. I'm standing next to the DeLorean. And I've got my Marty McFly vest on, and everybody's like, you're not wearing Crocs. You're not wearing Crocs. I'm like, no, I usually do, but I just was like, I didn't think about it. But yeah, so no, I'm not wearing Crocs. So, but I want to now. Now I'm going to wear Crocs because people are like, you're not wearing Crocs. I'm like, all right, now I got to wear Crocs because you guys are saying crap. So yeah, that to me, that was the line where so many people like, why are you wearing a life vest? And I'm like, you're getting judged. If you don't know Back to the Future, you're getting judged harshly. Okay. Harshly. And for those who say I skipped that leg day, motherfucker, I never started leg day to skip it. Okay. So you can't skip something that you never started. John Wayne says, give him some slack, Jeremy. He just put a little stank on Qatar. Bubba Doom says, Brooks destroyed country in the 90s. Spit. Yeah, I disagree with that, but I know a lot of people have that opinion. Modalicious says, there's a rumor Garth Brooks killed over 200 people. You've been skipping leg day your whole life. Let's see. A boy named Blue says, listen, I would much rather have skinny legs than fat cankle legs, like most of you in the chat. Okay. A boy named Blue says, you said you were into old country, and my respect for you went up. Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain and Mama Tried are my all-time favorites. I love old school country, and everything basically up until, I mean, obviously you go back to like Hank and Merle Haggard and all of that, but David Allan Coe. Yeah, but I guess the Florida Georgia line was definitely a point where it started to get just you just couldn't listen to it. Like even like Taylor Swift started out as a decent country music star, and I'm not hating on her for, she became the biggest musician in the world or whatever, but like she was I never would imagine she would become this big pop star. Willie, yep. Let me see here. JD says, I have never been a fan of anything after early 90s country. However, been jamming Charlie Crockett lately. Old sound. Bird Up says, I'll watch Jeremy because he's cute. Jesus. Jesus says, future headquarters, Geeks and Gamers, Orlando, Florida. That's the plan. If I can get the funding, we'll see. I got a couple things cooking, but everybody says, listen, a couple people called me and they're like, crowdfund your studio. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to get, like, I think we could, but I just don't want to do that. Nandy with a gifted membership. Thank you. Fannie Willis Booty says, Jesus is king. If you have him, you'll never be alone. Cheers, Jeremy and chat, from an account called Fannie Willis's Booty. Okay. Thank you. Over on Rumble, let's see, Lagerticus. But Jeremy, who will spread awareness of the plight of the obese Nigerian midget lesbian vitiligo suffering paraplegics, if not BioWare? My goodness, I'm glad I got through that one. Mod Eric says, I would bring an air horn for these morons to get in my face and yell, blast them in the face. I will make them back off. Diddy gets next to no time. Must be nice to have friends in very low places like Oprah and Obama. Christmas loving engineer says, as retarded as Beardo is, one thing I respect about him is he tries to not take the Lord's name in vain. Yeah, I got to do better, Senator. I got to do better, Senator, on that one for sure. DJ Crimson Steel says, I just want Jeremy to know that I'm a single tissue viewer. Thank you. Narco says, the military isn't upset about new old PT standards. When Pete said stop being fat, I took my lunch break to grab PT gear and hit the gym. That's what's up right there. Bubba Doom says, Confederate railroads, trashy women should have educated me better. It has warnings, not how to. Everyone needs a dealer there. The Della and dealer, the dealer. A boy named Blue says, no, he's an actor that was big in the 80s, 90s. That name's not clicking for me. Okay, what's his name again? You don't have to send a super chat, but what is this guy's name so I can look it up? It's something Zoom Walt or something like that. What's his name? Say it one more time. Rick Zumwalt. Okay, Rick. If I could see. Okay. Okay, so I've Googled him. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know the name. I know this guy. Like, I know this actor. So you're saying he's basically like Bizarro Beardo? I can see it. I'm trying to find like a more clear picture of him that I can show. Open in new tab. These pictures are kind of, that's him right there. So, yeah. Absolutely. So there you have it. Kentucky Tim says people say Prime has the face of a farm animal, but hey, at least he's in a stable relationship. Badoom. Thank you, Kentucky Tim. That was very nice of you. Nico says, Jeremy, are you buying Battlefield 6? Do you think it will be worth buying? Also, Hell 199. I mean, I definitely, I thought the beta was awesome. And so I'm interested in playing it for sure. I thought the beta was great, actually. So as long as we have a group of people to play it, I think we're probably going to get it and play it. Cartman says, have you seen the theory that Garth Brooks is a serial killer? Someone has disappeared on that same day that he had a concert in that city. I know. Is it Tom Segura? Is that who I'm talking about here that has went after Garth Brooks, like all these theories about Garth Brooks? I think that's his name. And he's talked about it many times. Let's see. God. Stupid crap. Give me a minute. I'm typing up Tom. Garth Brooks. Let's see. This is, oh my gosh. All right, hang on. This is him on
The Joe Rogan Experience.
And the comments are like, so brave.
And we're sitting there going, are we the only ones laughing at this?
I gotta say, in your mom's house, in the Garth Brooks comments, sometimes the comments are like, to me, like a little comedy break from life.
They
like,
are.
I
Really
like to go, and when Garth Brooks posts something, and then I go and see your mom's house fans have bombarded the comments, like, where are the bodies?
Oh my God, when they overtake
They follow
it.
him everywhere now.
And then
Facebook, everything.
They're making jokes inside,
so
like,
funny.
wait, jeans high and tight.
Confessed for the murder of my aunt G.
Oh my God! Confess for the murder of my aunt G. Your DNA was at the crime
He can't
scene.
find jet poo because he shit on a
To
plane.
get
and
away
he
from
shit on a
this.
plane, yeah.
He shit on a plane?
Yeah,
Dude,
wait,
what?
my last episode of your mom's house.
What
do you mean?
Somebody who works at the FBO in Nashville sent an image from. They're like, we clean jets, we clean Garth's jet, and somebody shit all over the carpet and sprayed the floor. And they were like, this is Garth's jet. And then the next week they're like, I got fired for telling.
No,
And they sent the image and they sent the video, and then so we read it and we played it.
Shut the fuck up.
And then they
Seems like a violation of some NDA.
Yeah. I think he got in trouble. And then
Please don't do that to my
they were
jet.
saying that they said that they're not really good about paying they don't like to pay a lot of the bills for like the maintenance. And then he was like, no, he does pay.
Okay, so just so people, there's a lot of people that probably have no idea. Okay, so this is, I believe this is the source of it right here. I think this is the source of it. Okay.
That'd be fun.
We've been right all.
Oh, I'd rather kill somebody. Oh, you would? That'd be fun.
We've been right all along. Babe,
I'd rather kill somebody.
babe, we fucking knew this. This is the evidence we've been waiting for. It's a fucking psycho.
Garth Brooks kidnapped terror. Howdy. If you've never looked at Garth Brooks' comment section on Instagram, this video will probably change that. If you have looked and you didn't know what the hell was happening, this video is made for you.
Way there, bro.
What's going on is he's thinking about all the bodies he's got stacked in fucking graves on his in his
You think
yard.
he's a killer?
100%. He's probably killed 200-300 people in his life. It's a good cover.
Can I tell you what I figured out?
What?
I know why he's goddamn weird.
Why?
I'm being serious. I think he might be slightly autistic.
There couldn't be
God.
anyone weirder.
He's the uncoolest poster on social media.
He is the weirdest guy.
Weird. He has no cool. How does he have like no cool?
To be that big of a star.
Yeah, he has zero cool.
Come dressed in your full colors, support your team. Let's go have some fun. And let's get physical playing music. I like that thought.
Huh?
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I guess it's official. We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about this at the start. But then a friend of mine said something that just made all kinds of sense. She said, think of it more as a conversation. I like that.
I mean, that's like the weirdest thing that anyone's ever said. So all this stuff is so foreign to him that he's never adapted like how to be
Right.
natural doing it.
Well, and also, and I'll tell you,
And
how
also he might be a monster in real life.
I think he's a monster. I think he's a monster. I think he is. He's so afraid that people are going to see that he might be a little shitty.
Mhm.
This guy is dark city, darkness, 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 darkness.
You really feel like that?
Darkness, yeah. But he doesn't embrace the darkness. He keeps pushing it and pushing it away.
Yeah.
And that's what that looks like when you're like, I'm nice. I promise I'm nice. You love me. Everybody likes me, daddy.
And I want to remind all of you that he definitely had no problem performing for Barack Hussein Obama. But whenever he was requested to perform at the inauguration for President Trump, he just magically had scheduling differences. Magically just had scheduling differences. It's interesting, huh? Barack Hussein Obama, no scheduling differences. Barack Hussein Obama, he was right there to show up. But President Trump, yeah, I can't really be there for the President of the United States. I've got scheduling differences.
Okay, well, how did I do here? How did I do?
Hey, Tom here inside your mom's house studio where we film every episode. It's pretty cool, man. I just want to announce the Take It Down tour. I wanted to call it the Take It Down Your Throat Out Your Asshole tour, but it's just Take It Down. And I wanted to announce some dates because you guys asked me. You said, can you let us know way ahead of time so we can be able to go to as many of these as we want to? Yeah, so here's the first two, man. We're going to do the Masonic in San Francisco, January 4th. Oh, that's such a love fest there last time. And then we just added Oklahoma City on Tuesday, actually. See comedy on Tuesday. We're going to do Tuesday.
See, if you know Garth Brooks, this is hilarious. Like, a lot of people may not know how he talks and all. Like, this is spot on about how Garth Brooks acts. And he is. There's definitely some creepy elements to Garth. But yeah, like the comment sections are like about him burying bodies and killing people. It's pretty freaking hilarious. But anyway, I just wanted to give everybody some context on that since that came up. But Tom Segura has been crushing him for years, and he deserves it for being a liberal piece of shit. Bird Up says, have you ever heard Rebel Meets Rebel? It's David Allen Coe collaborating with the guys from Pantera, and it's awesome. I don't know. I'll have to see if I've heard that one. It's not popping off the top of my head. Ball 95 says, you can't waste my time. I already waste it. Look at there. Olivia says, listening to you trying to read super chats is like the retarded football player in class trying to read during popcorn reading. 199 forever, though. That's what it's all about right there. Thank you. Modalicia says, David Allen Coe, I'm considered a racist just for knowing who that is. Russell for 20 says, dude, I'm a truck driver. Never miss an episode. You blow Tim Cast out of the water. Don't change a thing, brother. Hail the 199. Well, sir, with all, I mean, and I mean this, like, swig of water to the truck driving working man. We respect the truck driving working man around here big time. That's how that everybody should respect him. And when I say respect them on the damn road. All right. Give these guys some space. Flash your lights at them when they need to move over into a lane. Let them know the lane is clear. This is not a difficult thing to do. Okay. When you're on the interstate and you see a truck and he's passing, flash your lights and let him know he's got the all clear. Or if he's trying to get into the left lane to pass, give the guy some space. All right. Swig of water for the truck driving working man. I mean, a lot of people just don't understand. Like, your attention has to be so high at all times mainly because people are stupid on the road. That's really what it comes down to, because people are really, really stupid. So the truck drivers are constantly having to watch out for stupid people because stupid people don't understand that driving a truck, it takes a ton of awareness, and they just don't get it. But anyway, hail to you. Blowing up Deluxe says, I think we need more laughs. Jeremy, you need to watch Senator Kennedy's latest barbs at AOC a few hours ago. I actually have that bookmarked. Let me see if I can find that one. I haven't watched it either. When and why is there a donut emoji? The hell was the donut emoji for? There was something. What was the donut? That was a meme that we added that. Was that because glazing? That's because people said I was glazing something, and I think that using the word glazing, it shows that you're just a TikTok kid at that point in time. Glazing, you mean like a donut? So yeah, so anytime somebody says Jeremy's glazing Trump, it's like, what? Glazing? Okay, TikTok kid. So that's why we added that. I'm looking for Kennedy right now. See if I can, I'll just search it out really quick. John Kennedy. Okay. Okay. Is this it right here? Is this it? Let's see here. Oh gosh, this is 9 minutes.
We like for public broadcasting because we like what they say. Well, we just eliminated money for all forms of media in the Affordable Care Act. Now, those are the demands. Those are the demands. I'll just mention, I'll mention one more. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez got very, very upset, as did the socialist wing of her party, when the president sent over what's called a rescission package. Basically, President Trump just said, we want you to take some stuff out of the budget that we think is wasteful. And we did. And that upset the Congresswoman. She's entitled to be upset if she wants to. But that really upset the socialist wing of the party. And so we took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party.
Is he saying Ocasio? I love that he's messing her name up on purpose.
Says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now
there are a few things more amazingly disrespectful than intentionally messing someone's name up that you know, like he's actively messing her name up. It's just like when you are there's a hot girl and she's dating a douchebag guy. So you as the guy, you make a reference to that girl about her boyfriend and say his name is, I don't know, Randy, but you call him Ronald. And she goes, his name's Randy. And you're like, hey, well, yeah, whatever. Like you intentionally do that to show that you have very little respect for this person. So that way, when she corrects you and you're like, oh, yeah, whatever his name is. And at that point, you're showing the girl that your dude commands no respect. That's the whole point. Okay. So that's what he's doing right now. He's showing he has no respect for AOC at all. And it's great.
That wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill. And that's what this fight is all about. We're in the process of negotiating a budget with our Democratic friends. We ran out of time. The cutoff was midnight Tuesday night. That's when the clock struck midnight and the budget ran out. What we had asked for and what we're still asking for is let's continue to negotiate. We, meaning the Republicans and the Democrats, for 6 more weeks and try to agree on a budget. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for any additional appropriations, any conditions, any stipulations. All we're asking for is what we call a clean CR. All we're asking for is just further negotiate. And Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, who has done a stellar job in rising to the leadership of her party as a member of the socialist wing. They're about to elect a socialist mayor of New York. I think Mr. Mamdani's going to win. They have said to our request, let's just continue the status quo for 6 more weeks. They said, we'll give you 6 more weeks if you will give us $1.5 trillion. That's what they're demanding. And that's why we're shut down. Now, let me say it again, Mr. President. I don't hate anybody. This is America. I sure don't hate the Congresswoman. She is entitled to her opinion, but I'm entitled to mine. And she can criticize my policy positions, but I'm entitled to criticize hers. And I'm here to tell you, Mr. President, in front of God and country, based on her policy positions that she's demanding, based on her policy positions that she is demanding that I just outlined, $1.5 trillion of pure, unadulterated spending porn. Based on that demand, based on her policy positions, the American people are looking at her and saying, this person has single-handedly put an end to dumb blonde jokes. Because that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Based on her policy positions, $1.5 trillion of this kind of spending porn, the American people are looking at the Congresswoman and saying, with respect, she must be bilingual. She must speak English and stupid.
John Kennedy is one of one. All right. He is one of one.
And that's why we're not agreeing to it. Now, I know every one of my Democratic colleagues, and I know more than half of them know better. They know what we're asking for is reasonable. I'm just asking them to meet us halfway. We're not asking for any additional provisions. They shouldn't ask for any additional provisions. And let us just open back up and continue to negotiate for 6 weeks. Don't be scared of the Congresswoman. Don't be scared of the socialist wing of your party.
Yeah, well said.
I suggest the absence of a quorum. Request, Mr. President, only because Tony asked me to. I'm supposed to read this, Tony? Okay, you've proved it. I ask unanimous consent, Mr. President, that when the Senate completes its business today, it stand adjourned until 3:00 p.m. on Monday, October 6th. You check those dates, Tony? That following the prayer and pledge, the journal of proceedings be approved to date, the morning hour be deemed expired, the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day, morning business be closed, and the Senate resume consideration of Cal 115 S2296. Finally, that the cloture motions filed during Friday's session of the Senate ripen at 5:30 p.m.
Without objection.
If there is no further business to come before the Senate, Mr. President, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned until 3 p.m. on Monday.
There's still a couple.
On day 3 of the federal government shutdown, the Senate today failed for a second extent of this. Not
Okay, I just wanted to see if there was anything else left for us to go over, but yeah, that was great. And the Gryffindor tie was good too. I saw a lot of you making reference to that, so thank you for letting me know about that. That was good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Right here, this is the reason I responded. That was this member message right here. Hail to you. Tom C says ad-free tax. That's right. All you all the people on the replay crew, you get to watch ad-free because of the super chatters. You got to thank them in the comment section though. Nandy with 5, get the memberships. Thank you. Loretta Silver member says the woman from Paramore wrote a song about Morgan Wallen being racist. Morgan dedicated a song titled I'm a Little Crazy for Charlie Kirk. It's a cool moment. The song's good for what's going on today. I only know one Morgan Wallen song. I think I know one. But it's what's her name from Paramore? Haley Williams, is that her name? I like a couple of songs from Paramore back in the day anyway. But yeah, Haley Williams is a crazy leftist lunatic. She is insane. And apparently she's decided that Morgan Wallen is a racist, which essentially just means Morgan Wallen is a normal person because the left calls everybody racist these days. So, but yeah, I did see that. I'll check out that Morgan Wallen song that he dedicated to Charlie Kirk. That's pretty cool though. Elite Neo for 50 says, Jeremy, ever see the Tom Segura and Brett, I don't know how you say Kreischer, Two Bears, One Cave podcast. The moments they crack each other up so badly, you think one of them is going to have a heart attack are golden. You also hear their producer, is it Nadav, lose his shit in the background. I've never, the only thing I've seen from Tom Segura is when he's made appearances on like Rogan a couple times. And really it's the Garth Brooks story is where I got to know who he was. I've never watched any of his stuff or anything like that. So, let me see. But yeah, thank you so much. Bert is insufferable to listen to. I've seen Bert. I feel like this Bert guy that you're talking about, I feel like he's been on Rogan too. I think he was in that clip that I was showing of Rogan. And I feel like he's kind of annoying. But just in the clip I saw, but they're probably great together on their podcast for sure. But a 50, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. Danny Delete over on Rumble says, my favorite mispronunciation of her name is Alexandria Occasional Cortex. Yeah, AOC. I think AOC is the definition of like if better seen, not heard. Women better seen, not heard. That's AOC right there. And I stand by it. Stand by it completely. AOC is better seen, not heard. And even then she opens her mouth, she's got the horse face, and you're like, yeah, you should have not done anything. Just be quiet. I think that AOC is definitely going to become one of the leading people in the Democratic Party over the next few years. I fully expect that. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, Eric Trump was on with PBD. Wait, here we go. Eric Trump announces live on PBD podcast that Hamas agrees to President Trump's peace deal in the Middle East. So this was several hours ago.
30 minutes ago. I'm not sure if you saw that. Hamas
just agreed to the terms, and that means this conflict is over.
I don't think the conflict is over.
30 minutes ago. That's big.
Let's see.
That is math. Now, obviously, there's one side that's like, we'll agree to giving up the hostages, we'll agree to this. But I think they're asking about whether Tony Blair, whether they're comfortable with some of the. They don't have a choice right now, because it seems like this is the first time. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He says, Pat, you don't understand how big of a deal this is. When the president kept saying this may be one of the single biggest events ever, and we're thinking, he's very good at building things up. And he says the president was able to get Qatar and Israel essentially to both agree against Hamas, which Qatar normally wouldn't do that, but we're doing something that's never happened before. This is the part when he's able to broker some of these deals that nobody could do in the past.
And by the way, it's not exactly easy. I mean, Israel was also dropping bombs in the middle of Qatar, and they have to obviously protect themselves, and it was a tough situation. But he wrote a tweet about 4 hours ago. I'm not sure if any of you in here. He goes, if Hamas doesn't give back the hostages by 6 p.m. on Sunday, all hell will break loose. And I say that in the most aggressive way I can possibly say that. And then, which is for Donald Trump is pretty damn aggressive, right? And exactly 3 hours later, Hamas writes a nice letter saying, we're done, we're good. Let's
They said that. So they just said that.
Yeah, they just said that about 4 hours ago, and then they just gave up. So it's great. And guys, I've personally seen my father solve wars all over the place. I mean, Cambodia, you probably saw that, and you saw everything that was happening with Thailand. And he is fundamentally anti-war. And what drove me crazy is for years I got to listen to these people. Donald Trump can't. Hillary Clinton, do you remember this? Donald Trump can't be trusted with a nuclear trigger. He doesn't have the stability. This is like the one guy who doesn't want to go to war.
It is true. I mean, that was the narrative that they built up, that you can't trust this guy with the codes and all that. It's like he's the one guy you can trust.
They have the greatest military in the world. So if you ever had to go to war, you end it so damn quickly that their heads spin. But he's the one guy who just never wants to bring America to war. He believes in life. He believes in not having young kids killed for no reason whatsoever. He doesn't want to spend trillions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer dollars, rebuilding countries on the other side of the globe. And I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah, Rob, if you want to pull up the tweet, this is literally from the White House. Peace in the Middle East, based on the statement just issued by Hamas. I believe they are ready to for lasting peace. Israel must immediately stop bombing of Gaza so that we can have the hostages out safely and quickly. Right now, it's far too dangerous to do that. We're already in discussions on details to be worked out. This is not about Gaza alone. It's about long-sought peace in the Middle East. That is powerful. That is absolutely powerful. So we're looking at this book right now. If you're watching this.
So I mean, and again, that was the initial response, but Hamas has not agreed to everything. And Hamas is basically playing games that they cannot win. And Trump is playing it exactly how he should be playing it. So, we'll see what happens. What is this right here? Oh, I got that one. Yeah, I don't care about that clip. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Tommy says, let me see. Hang on. Where did it go? Freaking super chats. Trying to look. Tommy, there it is. Brought up earlier, but Barr and Chappell. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this, so I'd have to look. So I don't know exactly what, in reference to you're talking about. So there's so much news right now that it's like everything's moving 1,000 miles an hour. So I'm not familiar with that at all. What is this? Now we've got Stephen A. whining again. Don't care about that. Jesse Waters is talking about AOC right here. AOC just threw a fiesta in Chuck Schumer's office. Dandy says, how's Jeremy know what Hamas is doing? Because, motherfucker, it's been reported. Literally been reported. I mean, unless you think I'm just over there hanging out. So here we go. We got AOC.
So AOC threw her own fiesta at Casa de Schumer.
Right, guys, so the government is shut down, which means that Capitol tours are closed. But we had a bus of kids from the Bronx and schools that came all the way down here for a tour. Obviously, no one knew the government was shut down, so I'm giving them a tour. Say hi, everybody.
Chuck takes one day off.
No one really responded, by the way. Like, no one really responded.
Say hi, everybody.
Chuck takes one day off for Yom Kippur, and AOC's in the Senate giving a tour. Or was she just scoping out her new office? If Schumer wants to keep his digs, he's going to have to keep the government shut down. Chuck's getting squeezed in between two buns like a hot dog. AOC inciting far-left activists to flood the phone banks, pressuring leadership to hold the line. Schumer's fighting a two-front war against MAGA and Marxists.
New York is probably going to elect a Marxist for mayor. He's terrified by that development. Chuck Schumer is a far-left progressive politician, but he's not far enough left for this base.
Sources are saying Schumer and the sombrero aren't being taken seriously by anyone in Washington.
Schumer and Jeffries, never in my career have I seen two leaders so dismissed, not just by the media, which normally loves Democrats, but privately by Democratic members of the House and Senate. They're really just, people are just rolling their eyes and throwing their hands up and saying, you know, there's nothing we can do. We're not going to depose them now, but they are not leading us.
Hips and Chuck are just trying to keep their job. They don't want to shut the government down, but they have to, because the base is itching for a fight, and they have these two on a leash.
The whole point of this government shutdown is for them. They're trying. This is all meant. They're trying to blame it all on Trump. That's all they're trying to do. They want to blame this whole thing on Trump. They think the optics are to be bad for Trump, and they will be wrong about this.
So Hakeem's begging for another meeting with Trump.
In fact, Donald Trump is in the Presidential Witness Protection Program. No one can find him when it comes to the government shutdown issue, because he knows he's responsible for having caused it.
Trump's ready to reopen, but he doesn't have to prove anything to his base. He's not on TV all day looking like a desperate puppet, because behind the scenes, he just reportedly got Hamas to end the war. Trump's not caving and giving free health care to illegal aliens. The White House says for every day Democrats keep the government shut down, the sombrero gets 10 times bigger. Hakeem spent more time fighting.
That is true. They have that meme on the White House page, and so for every day that the government shut down, they're making the sombrero bigger, and they're holding to it.
Over a hat than he did fighting to keep the government open. And Hakeem's not the only one wearing a sombrero. Trump dropped this one just before midnight.
Hola, mi fellow Americanos y bienvenidos al cierre de Schumer. That means welcome to the Schumer shutdown. We call it the Schumer siesta, right? It's the Schumer siesta. He put the government on siesta, crying Chuck. And El Hakimo Jefe Jeffries, we used to call him Dollar Store Obama.
Why is Hip so sensitive about a hat? He wore a yarmulke. And Bill Clinton rocked a sombrero at a Labor Day picnic with the Mexican dance team. He considered it an honor. Obama wore hats.
Is that one song? What's that song? Return to Innocence? Hang on. Remember that song, Return to Innocence? Hang on. Return to Innocence from Enigma. Here we go. This song right here.
Devotion. To your heart.
Pretty sure that's it. It's a great song, by the way. That's a great song. All right, so I think that's what they were singing right here with Barack Hussein Obama, I think.
Did an honor. Obama wore hats. Democrats didn't find that offensive, but Barry did admit it wasn't a good look. He said, the general rule, you don't put stuff on your head if you're president. You never look good wearing something on your head. Although Biden didn't look bad with a Trump hat.
Do you guys see how the entire way everything operates has changed because of Donald Trump? Donald Trump has fundamentally changed everything. He's changed the way reporting happens. He's changed the way politics works. He's changed everything. This is all the Trump effect.
Don't put stuff on your head if you're president. You never look good wearing something on your head. Although Biden didn't look bad with a Trump hat. Plus, it drove Kamala crazy. Whether it's a red hat or a sombrero, now Hispanics are begging him to throw a fiesta.
Is the president open to letting the Hispanics who overwhelmingly voted for him have their own fiesta in the White House lawn opposed to the fancy, we don't need fancy schmancy, right? You can give us the backyard and we'll fill it all in and having our own fiesta.
The White House says they'll lend them the big, beautiful ballroom if it's ready by Cinco de Mayo. Trump's throwing siesta fiestas. Meanwhile, Democrats can't get anyone to show up to theirs. There's nothing fun about old men screaming about the Civil War.
We are living in an unprecedentedly dangerous moment.
Was it an oligarchy? Are we? Is that where we're at, Bernie? The same oligarchy you've been crying about for like 450 years? Is that what it is? An oligarchy. I'm telling you, it's an oligarchy. Is that it?
Maybe the worst crisis in America, literally, since the Civil War.
Civil War, race cards, Obamacare. That old Nancy Pelosi playbook isn't going to fly against Trump 2.0. Maybe that worked once, but now it just looks like it's for show.
People want to see us fighting. They want to see us have a backbone. They want to know how we're different from Donald Trump. And, when we don't fight hard.
Jim Acosta is full on 90s Rosie O'Donnell. The transition is complete. 90s Rosie O'Donnell and Jim Acosta. Spot the difference. Can't find it.
Especially when the entire enterprise of democracy is at risk, then we don't seem sincere when we tell people that there might not be a free and fair election in 2026.
Murphy just admitted he's trying to fool his own base. He's trying to convince his base he's not a phony, so they'll buy his lies. Men always have to maintain control. And who looks like they're in control? Trump saying no and then throwing around sombreros.
To be fair, the Democratic Party has some very, very, very respectable men in the party.
And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a contender for president. Between him and Crockett, you can have that party.
And Democrats are screaming, offended, defensive. Trump's ready to reopen the government whenever Democrats want. But in the meantime, he's having fun. If someone tries to email a bureaucrat right now at the Department of Education, they get a message that says, sorry, Democrats are shutting down the government.
The email reminds those who reach out to the Department of Education employees that we cannot respond because Senate Democrats are refusing to vote for a clean CR and fund the government, adding, where's the line?
You guys have lost. It's over. Trump is the king of trolling. You can't defeat this man.
Anyone who stands up to the president, anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests gets the full weight of the federal government brought down on them.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat.
Democrats have lost 2.1 million voters. Republicans have gained 2.4 million.
That's a deficit that you have of 4.5 million.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the
Out of office email. And while the government is shut down, the president's agenda keeps rolling. The Democrats are playing right into his hand.
We are $37 trillion in debt, and the federal government is currently shut down. There is no more money coming into the federal government's coffers. Democrats have given this administration an unenviable choice to have to take a look at the balance sheet and identify where these cuts and layoffs can be made.
While the administration reduces the size of government because Democrats are holding out for illegal alien health care, AOC has kind of changed the definition of an illegal alien.
Republicans love to dangle this shiny object that says, but what if someone not like you gets it?
An illegal alien is just someone not like you.
That's an interesting picture that Jesse Waters and his team decided to use right there. That's a very, I think that's a strategic picture that they used. I respect that.
That's it.
An illegal alien is just someone not like you. Schumer won't even have a discussion about what he's trying to pull. He just goes, no, 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 no.
Some of that obviously goes to people who don't have insurance, including undocumented immigrants. And
Jake, it's all a lot of bull. Not a single federal dollar, not a single federal dollar goes to undocumented immigrants.
They lied about Biden's brain, the laptop, the lab leak, and Russia, Russia, Russia. No one believes anything they say anymore. We've already explained how it all works, but just use common sense. There's 20 million illegals in the country. When they get sick, have babies, get surgery, you think they're walking into medical facilities paying cash?
Exactly.
20 million illegals in this country are just not going to the doctor. They're getting sick and injured, and they don't have a lot of money to begin with. So who's taking care of them? Of course they're getting free health care. Blue states have whole programs that advertise free health care for illegals that the feds fund. We were spending money on sex changes for people living in other countries. You don't think we're giving illegal aliens health care in this country? The last time Democrats had a primary, they all raised their hands for health care for illegals. All of them. It's not about you. Never was. It's about their own jobs and doing whatever they can to keep their power. This is the Schumer shutdown. They want to hurt you so that they can keep their seats. They're admitting it. Listen.
Plenty of folks on the left who say, you know what? If Republicans have done this and they control all branches of the government, we should allow the American people to feel the pain of what Republican policies are. I mean, you can't keep, if you want to touch the stove, at some point, you got to let them touch the stove.
Bill Clinton wanted to feel your pain. Schumer wants you to feel pain. How times have changed.
Jesse Waters is great. He has a great show. I'm not the biggest fan of Fox, but Jesse Waters is pretty good. But I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of any of the mainstream, but I think that Fox is the best of the Jesse Waters and Greg Gutfeld. Those are the two I like on Fox. But Fox is significantly better than CNN or MSNBC. Not even close. Drinky for 50 says White Samurai and Stone Hands win tomorrow. They don't want to off them. There you go. Thank you, Drinky. I appreciate it. I had to text you and tell you that I'm friggin' you trying to call me. Babu Yogi for 20 says, next Tuesday's main event, Meek must do the Barney song in costume. 100 gifties if he does. Just now in his stream, he called you out saying you won't allow it. Get him. Also, Model Lives Matter. Well, I mean, I'm all about a grift challenge, so there you go. Maddie says, AOC turned 30 and immediately started getting fat. She'll never be prez unless she puts down the churros. Philip Butler says Schumer literally means good for nothing in German. Shorty Short, what's up, Shorty Short? Says, hello, Jeremy. Sup? Hey, good to see you. John Jones says Jim Acosta looks like a transgender George Clooney. Solo Felix says, spare a thought for Olajuwon having the name Hakeem. He's the greatest. He's the greatest center in NBA history, in my opinion. Longclaw says we are truly blessed to live in a time where our president is a shit poster who trolls all these dumbass Democrats. God bless Donald Trump. Rammond Commentator says, can you play a few minutes of disturbing details about Garth Brooks? It's on Danny Jones Clips channel. Probably not. So I'm ending the stream now. We did a few things on Garth earlier, so maybe next time if the audience is interested in it, I absolutely will. I just played that because a lot of people just didn't know what I was talking about with it, because I knew I was like, half the people knew it and the other half were like, what the hell is he talking about, Garth Brooks like being a mass murderer? So Eggy Orphis is glad to see some Cali counties flipping red in voter registration. I want to leave Cali, but kind of want to stay and fight. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a balancing act. So you got to do what's best for you and your family for sure. And on that note, we are going to end the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Almost about 2 hours and 40 minutes tonight. So again, traveling a lot over the next few days. Hopefully we'll have some truck video streams on the road. So we'll see how that goes. And it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll see if the signal holds up. I have no idea, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of driving, a lot of traveling. And I'll be probably back by next week at this time. So, but yeah. And then again, October 17th, I probably will give the details before then. It's more of a, like, it's 100% has to do with Geeks and Gamers. And something I'm pretty proud of that we have that we'll be launching on October 17th, or I guess relaunching on October 17th. But I'll give you guys more details, but it will happen. Random Commentator says the video I mentioned has a guy who investigated Garth, supposedly lots of victims in towns he played. I'm actually interested in watching that video, so I may just actually watch it. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good night, and go over there and yell at Mike if he's still alive. I don't know if he's still alive or not. So I got to check this out anyway. So you guys have a good evening. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the replay tax, I guess is what you guys are calling it now. So you guys have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.